Greetings, family. Peace and love to you and yours. This is Guru, and thanks for visiting my channel. Family, this video is about Coretta Scott King's letter that's to be blasted into Mitch McConnell's home with a bullhorn. Women will not be silenced. This article was provided by Elise Wanshell, a trends reporter at the Huffington Post. Giving credit where it's due, with that said, let's go to the story. Well, family, a group of Washington, D.C. residents decided to gather in front of Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell's home on Wednesday night to read the letter Coretta Scott King wrote objecting to Senator Jeff Sessions' appointment as a federal judge. Best part? They said they're going to use a bullhorn. The impromptu protest comes as a response to McConnell invoking a rarely used rule to silence Senator Elizabeth Warren, the Democrat of Massachusetts, as she read King's letter on the Senate floor Tuesday night. King, the widow of Martin Luther King Jr. and a civil rights activist, wrote the letter in 1986 to voice her concerns about why Jeff Sessions' record on voting rights and other issues made him unfit to be a judge. Quote, she was warned, she was given an explanation, unquote, McConnell said about Warren reading the letter. Quote, nevertheless, she persisted, unquote. Shortly after he made the comments, hashtag she persisted began trending on Twitter. King's letter urged the Senate to reject Jeff Sessions' nomination as a federal judge. She wrote, quote, Mr. Sessions' conduct as U.S. Attorney, from his politically motivated voting fraud prosecutions to his indifference toward criminal violations of civil rights laws, indicates that he lacks the temperament, fairness, and judgment to be a federal judge, unquote. There were also allegations that Sessions called a black attorney boy and joked his only problem with the Ku Klux Klan was their drug use. The Senate rejected Sessions' judgeship nomination. Two male senators eventually read the letter to Senate Republicans on Wednesday. Sessions was confirmed as the U.S. Attorney General later that day. Ruth Eisenberg, a D.C. lawyer in her 60s who was organizing the protests in front of McConnell's home, told DCIs that the senator's silencing of Warren infuriated her. Quote, the combination of the sexism of silencing one of the few female senators, unquote, she said, and the fact that she was reading Coretta Scott King's words outraged me. She also added that she wanted to raise awareness about the presence of those who opposed the Sessions nomination for Attorney General. Quote, the people are making our voices heard. We don't have a vote, but we have voice, unquote, Eisenberg told the DCIs. Anyways, this picture here is Coretta Scott King. My family, I know you already know that. For those who don't know, that's who this is. She is a beautiful black woman, or she was a beautiful black woman. She was the backbone and the foundation of the greatness of who Martin Luther King Jr. turned out to be. Anyways, I'm going to show this video. This video covers where, of course, Elizabeth Warren was silenced, and you'll get a view of that.
Washington, D.C. last night, another blow-up on the Senate floor, this one involving Senator Elizabeth Warren of Massachusetts, reading a letter in opposition to Jeff Sessions' nomination as Attorney General. Now remember, The United States Senate has very courtly rules and traditional rules about insulting another senator. Those were invoked last night after Elizabeth Warren read a letter written by Coretta Scott King, the widow of the slain civil rights leader Martin Luther King Jr., that she wrote back in 1986. Elizabeth Warren read that letter on the Senate floor in opposition to Jeff Sessions. Republicans took offense to that. They said that she had simply gone beyond the bounds of Senate decorum. And here's how that exchange played out on the floor last night.
Mr. President, I am surprised that the words of Coretta Scott King are not suitable for debate in the United States Senate. I ask leave of the Senate to continue my remarks.
Is there objection?
Objection.
I appeal the ruling.
Objection is heard. The senator will take her seat.
And you heard the objection there coming from Mitch McConnell, the Republican leader in the United States Senate. That meant that the Democrats didn't have the votes they needed to keep Elizabeth Warren involved in the debate. She had to sit down for the rest of it. We are expecting a confirmation vote here on Jeff Sessions as early as this evening. We'll wait and see what that one brings as well. But you can imagine there will be a lot of social media activity today, Andrew, on this one throughout the course of the day. That was a real flashpoint last night, and it'll play out throughout the day today.
And so, family, I'm going to end this off with a few tweets that I thought was rather interesting. This one comes from Emily Clasper, who tweets, "Know who else was warned and given an explanation yet persisted? Rosa Parks, Susan B. Anthony, Harriet Tubman, Malala Yousafzai. Hashtag she persisted." And of course, I'm going to end it off here with this one. Hashtag she persisted becomes new battle cry after Senate silences Warren. This is definitely not what Mitch McConnell was hoping for. Family, this is the end of this video. I'm going to end it off here. If you have a comment, please leave it below. Please like, share. If you haven't already, subscribe. Thanks a lot for watching. I really appreciate your time and your support. Peace and love to you and yours. And until the next video, don't forget to love yourself.